Good morning to you all. Thank you so much. I just want to send the love. And if I could, I would give every single person a rose here today. It's incredible how somebody in the digital marketing space said to me, you know what? You are like a person who just gives out roses. So there we go. Take it in a virtual way. So, first of all, before I even introduce myself, I have to say something to you. I woke up this morning and I had a clear message. Erika, you cannot do a PowerPoint today. I want you to get out of the box. I want you to do something different. So I've had an hour and a half to prepare. Now, where this message came from, was it from God? Was it from wherever? I really don't know. So you are going to see me do something that I prepared basically in an hour and a half. Sometimes we're pulled out of our comfort zone, and I think that's probably the best place to be. So who am I? I'm Erika Lotz. I'm a wife to really a gorgeous man, and he is online with me today. And I'm a mom to two. I've got four grandchildren. And why digital marketing? Well, in January, I had a bit of a health scare. And then while I scrolled, there was this certain person that kept on popping up on my flipping feeds. She was everywhere. I even blocked her. Let me tell you, she still came in somehow from another platform. And I knew then I had to listen to her. And this what I'm going to say to you now is something you must remember. She was talking to me. She was talking to Erika. She wasn't talking to everybody. She was talking to me. So, Natasha, thank you for bringing me into this. And I really think it's so important that this is something we need to know when you are in online digital marketing. Hi, Rika. Just remember one thing. You're talking to one person. One person. If you speak to everyone, you're going to sell to no one. All right. So um, I had to do something and I was tired of working. 44 years in a corporate position. I worked for F&B, I worked for AXA, I worked for Outsurance, I worked for very big brands, strong titles, and I had the brand behind me. And that's why I believe I was successful in my jobs. Suddenly, I realized I had to give it up because I couldn't emotionally, physically, spiritually handle it anymore. And I believe that there was a higher power in this choice. I do believe it 100%. And I resigned. And I'm now an online digital marketing full-time person. And why I'm saying this to you is I need my salary. I can't afford to be without my salary. But I took that leap of faith because I knew in my heart, in everything, this is what I needed to do. So this is a very basic workshop. You're going to get the workshop guide, the workbook at the end of I'm going to put it into the chat. But I want to start with something that we ask questions. How, when, where, what, why, who? When? When should we start with doing something online? Now. Why? Number one is AI. You know that thing, AI? We are at the start of AI. So if we think about what's happening in 6 months or a year's time, things are going to change. So if you're not getting in now, it's going to be too late. And that's not Erica speaking. That's the stats. Those are the people in the know. Now, why? I want to use the example of Foschini. Foschini Group in South Africa is one of the well-known retail stores. What did they do this week? They're closing 400. 400 retail stores. Why? Not because they're not making money. They're making money in a different way. Retail stores is not successful for them anymore. They are now doing online and they are doing incredibly well. So basically, that why is because of things like that. People are retrenched. People are unemployed. People are forced on early retirement. Folks, listen to what I'm saying to you today. It is when, now, why, the facts are there, the stats are there. Now, where? Online. Where are we now? Online. Where were you this morning? Hopefully after you had your quiet time. But if you didn't, it's fine. But we were scrolling. Life has moved from traditional to online. And then the what? Sitting here today, you have a product, a service, expertise, knowledge, a hobby, something you love. And you know what? You're keeping it for yourself. Why not share it with the world? What's so great, I was thinking this morning, one of the ladies I spoke to yesterday, she does MLM. I'm not sure, she said she may be able to join. And she doesn't have to sell within 50 radius of where she lives. She can sell to the world because it gets couriered wherever the person orders from. So basically, the how is what I'm going to show you now. And I really want to just touch on something before I go into that. Whatever you believe in, whether it's God or your creator, whatever, He's given us gifts. And they are 5 senses: your hearing, your sight, smell, taste, and then the gut feel, or the formal word kinesthetic. Now, when you're talking to people online, you need to connect and position what you're sharing through those God-given senses. So let's start with the 2. Can you taste online digital marketing? Not quite. Can you smell it? Well, not quite. So we're left with 3 senses. Sight. What is the world seeing about you online? What is the world hearing from you online? And then the most powerful one is, what is your ideal client feeling this year? This gut feel, this kinesthetic feeling. They are gifts that we as humans have been given. And that is how you get your message across. So let's get into the meat of it. And this is where I had a PowerPoint and I was told I may not do a PowerPoint. It's amazing. I don't know where it came from. So I am trying something new. Right. We've got people out there that have got a problem. They've got a need, they've got a pain, and they need help. And this is a black door and it's locked and it's horrible. I'm going to use Eloise as an example, if you don't mind, Eloise. People need help with financial planning. It's a problem. But you know what? It's a black door. I don't want to speak to Eloise because I know my financial planning is in a terrible state. But I know deep down I need it. So where does Erika or Eloise perfect client want to be? She wants to be here. He wants to be here, where there's a solution that has been met. That black, dark, horrible door has become white and it's allowing the sunshine in. So we understand there are people that need something and they don't know they've got a pain and they need someone to give them that solution. What or who is that? That is you and I. And this is what it is. You, Eloise, are the key to taking people from black, closed, horrible doors to sunshine and light. I want to use another story. I spoke to a lady yesterday. She's got a little school. Her husband unexpectedly got cancer and they had to amputate his leg. So basically, she became the breadwinner. Overnight, just like that. She started a little school. And she showed me around the school yesterday. She was so excited to show me. And she's built this into a business that's keeping the business going. Just her rent is 20,000 Rand a month. Can you imagine how much work and energy she needs to put into it? And I said to her immediately, do you know how many people are looking at that black door that I also want to start a school? I don't know how. I said, you are going to be the person that's going to unlock that door because you're going to share your real life experiences. Listen to me today. No, that's an ugly way of saying it to you. I mean, I hope you're feeling something. We all have got a talent, a gift, knowledge, expertise. And you know what? The world deserves to see that. And that is how you, with your workbook, are going to go through and you're going to see who is your ideal client. Now, like I said to Heloise yesterday on the phone, I said, use Erika as the worst person. She's the person that should have met Eloise at the age of 20. But speak to young Erikas. Eloise, she's speaking to the young Erika. And I said, we can have an interview where you interview me. How when I left the one bank, I took my pension and I quickly paid off debt and I paid off car, short-term relief. Where's it got me? To the age of 62 and a half, and I cannot retire. So try and what you want to offer the world, you bring it with real emotion. Remember the hearing, the sight, but it's this feeling. Now, the door we've spoken about, the key we've spoken about, and I now want to show you what do you need to start an online business. Let's go shopping. Who likes shopping? At the moment, because don't like shopping. But I'm going to use a bag here. It's a Woolies bag, okay? I promise you there's no money in there, so don't relate it to anything else. But here's the shopping cart. Right, let's start. You need business foundation. I'm going to be sending this to you in a Word document. A business foundation. You need all these things. Have a look at this. There is a list. You need a proven business model. You need a brand framework. You need a step-by-step roadmap. Then you need tech setup. Then you need hosting included, setup, sales funnels, you name it. And the list goes on. You need order pages. You need, where's your client going in? You need a lead generation system. You need, and you know what, guys, this is going to go a long way. Payment and delivery. You need to get that sorted out. You need automated receipts that your client gets an invoice system. You need other confirmations. You need customer onboarding emails. You need automation. If you're not automated online, then sorry for you, it's going to be a small business. But you see, this shopping bag, you need welcome sequences. You need so much. You need marketing training, beginner training, platform training. You need these things. You need social media training. You need what social media is going to suit my product. Content templates. You need story ideas. You need real ideas. And we're going to just go on. Content positioning, video content, right? All these things, selling and confirmations, sales training, objection handling, webinars and presentations you need to do, presentation slides that you have to set up, personal development, mindset training. You need confidence training, goal setting, success habits. Okay, I've got mentors. You need coaches. You need weekly momentum. It just goes, and every page has got lots of stuff on. Growth information, industry, podcasts, recordings, new marketing strategies, future readers. Look at the shopping bag. Look at this. In one picture, what you need to start your online digital marketing looks like that. I want you for a moment. Think about what you need to start an online business that becomes a business, not just a somasua, I'm going to start something because I think I can offer someone something. Now, this whole shopping bag or trolley, if you look at it, this is all in there. Now, if you remember what I showed you about the trolley, all that stuff, today, because I listened to Natasha, I watched her. I didn't join straight away. Oh my word, I watched her. I saw the potential in something that would take all this stuff and I can throw it away and I can do it done for you. Now, we've got 4 things in our lives that we should look after. 4 things. Can you imagine a table for me quickly? There's 4 legs. Or a chair. I've fallen off a plastic chair before. I know what it's like. So imagine sitting on a plastic chair, 4 feet. The one is faith, relationships, health, and wealth. If one of those legs are not doing well, what happens to that table? It's imbalanced. What happens to the chair? If one of them are really broken, if there's no faith, or if you're not looking after your health at all, you're going to fall off the chair and you're going to hurt yourself. So what I've spoken about today is the wealth part, where we need to look after that. But what I love about the program that I invested in, it's giving me, could I say, petrol to work on my faith, on my relationships, and even my health. So if you look at those 4 very powerful pillars in our life today, it's not just about doing online digital marketing. It's about saying, if I start today and I honestly want to look after all of that, how would your faith, your relationships, and your health improve if you didn't have the financial worries? Just for a moment, suddenly, I remember coming home at night, and my sister can attest to this, that I came home exhausted. I was irritable. I was frustrated. I wasn't happy with my husband. He always did everything that irritated me. I wasn't being loving towards him. I even got cross with the animals when they barked or something. I didn't want to take phone calls. My friends, everything just went for. And I know there's someone else on this call today that landed up in burnout stage. I was just before having to go into what I would say to get extra help. Why? Because I was doing something I hated. And that was traveling 130 kilometers a day to work, working for another boss, working for another brand. And now today, I have my own brand. Do you know, as a little girl, and I've got to share this with you, I think we've still got a few minutes, yes. As a little girl, I always wanted to be a teacher. But in 1980, that wasn't something that was important. Women did not need to study. So society dictated, get a job, find someone you fall in love with, get engaged, get married, have 1, 2, or 3 children, get the house with the white picket fence and a car in the driveway, but get a major mortgage, which you're going to pay until you die. And that is what was, you know what? This is what was dictated. This is what my belief system was. And in January this year, at the age of 60, something opened and cracked. And I realized, why have you listened and conformed and been controlled and hypnotized and by this? Why? Because you know what? I never really opened myself up to any other opportunity because I only listened to what people told me, my teachers, my parents. I love them so much. But we are now at a stage in our lives where we can make the difference. Today, the 13th of June, 2026, at 21 minutes past 11, you and I have an opportunity to change this. Now, I want to be honest here for a moment. Is everyone successful online? No. Do you know why? Because they're not treating it as a true business. They're not treating it as something that is going to be their future. If you are today doing digital marketing just to get through this month, to be able to pay your bills in June, and you're not thinking about July, August, September, then please get a sponge and wash your brain, wash your thoughts, and take a sponge. I should have brought a sponge from the kitchen. It's light. A sponge is light, no? And you say to yourself, I'm going to take so much information that I'm learning and I'm going to fill the sponge that it becomes heavy, and that's your foundation. Because we all who are in online digital marketing right now have got the sponge. But is it light or is it filled with passion, love, commitment, consistency? Is it? And that's a question that we need to really say to ourselves today. What are we doing? I can, and it's in the workbook, step by step on how you can do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. Unfortunately, there isn't somebody or something that's going to be raining down R1 million on you to get you out of debt. But you, because you are perfect, and I want to just bring this out, there are times when I doubt myself. You know what I do? I take a mirror out and I look at myself and I say, Erika, you are worthy, you are brilliant, you are great, you are successful. Not you're going to be. Not you're going to be. No, I am successful. Am I making millions? Not yet. But I know the seed, that thanks to Latasha, the seed that I'm growing now are the seeds that are going to be my harvest. And that's what she shared with us last night. So if we want to get to the whole truth, no fluff stuff. You either decide you want this or you don't. Either way, you have made the choice. If you have bought a program and you're not seeing the results, please, it's not the program. It's not the program. It's because you have not embraced, hugged, fallen in love with the opportunities. That's why. So in a nutshell, this is what I wanted to share with you today. I could have taken more time on all the lists of things that you need, sales funnel and coaching and all that. In the program that I am in at the moment, Digital Magnetic Systems, it gives you that whole shopping trolley, that bag that I threw there. It gives you everything and more. Everything and more. So keep on, don't stop. Last week I woke up one morning, I was feeling terrible, really. Nose, coughing, feeling crap. I went and showered and I got dressed and I got on a live. One of the other mornings this week, I was crying. I was crying. I was feeling sorry for myself. And you know what I did? Went and cleaned my face and I got on a live on TikTok and on Facebook. Why? Show up. And you know, I see that our time is going to run out. It tells me, yeah. If anyone wants to join afterwards, you can just log out and you can come back in. Maybe we can just have an informal chat. But the basics of online digital marketing is either you can do it yourself, which is possible. I showed you the shopping bag. You can go and do all that. Or you get a done-for-you program. But not just buy it. Buying it is just the first step. You've got to use it. Be like that sponge that you just keep on getting because there's so much in there. And DMS has their first birthday. So guess what? I paid full price, 1,197. Now I can offer it to you for 598. Now I want to tell you, there's a starter as well, which will cost you 248. Now, think about that trolley. But it's not just about buying it. I'm going to say it again. It's about embracing it. Hug it like you hug your child. Take that program, embrace it, and just love it. In fact, I want you to fall in love with your program. And if you haven't had those tummy flutters of falling in love with your program yet, I want to say to you today, I ask you, fall in love with your program. I don't watch movies anymore. I don't watch anything anymore because I love doing what I'm doing online. When don't feel like working, what I do is I do creative content, pictures. I play on CapCut. I play on this. I have fun, but it's also building my business. So I'm going to, now I need to know how to share the workbook. Let me just, okay, we're running out of time. Anyone who wants to join in the next session, I'm going to pop the workbook in there because I'm not sure how to do it. I want to thank you for helping me to break the ice, my first workshop. And I want to give you the rose again and say, when you are feeling like this is just not working for you, or you are just feeling overwhelmed, you are precious and you're capable and you are going to be successful. Believe it, see it, feel it, smell it, taste it. I don't care. Do whatever you have to do. But the one thing you can rely on is your kinesthetic gut feel. Message me if you don't get the workbook or the recording. I am going to have the recording put on. And I want to say thank you. If you want to drop off and drop on to ask questions, you're very welcome. But I will end the recording now. And I want to thank you, every single one of you that have 18 people. I'm a word. 18 people. And I thought I was hoping for one. Mwah. Love you all. Thanks for being here. And just have a beautiful day and take care of yourself. Oh, and my favorite quote I have to end with. This is my mom's favorite quote. And I end it with every live. Kindness has never left a scar, only an impression. Be kind to yourself and be kind to everyone else. Ciao for now. Thanks for being here. Mwah.